Here in the Elite League, we love our homegrown talent. Often the best teams have a solid core of Brits, and whilst Team GB are playing, I thought it would be really interesting to take a look at our top 5 defensemen this past Elite League season. Now, just to be clear, I am only looking at GB defensemen who played in the Elite League this season. Although he did play some games, I am not going to count Ben O'Connor in this list. Simply because he didn't play for the Devils much this season. But before we get to our top 5, let's take a look at some honorable mentions. I love David Phillips' game. More of a defensive guy, and he brings some physicality. You just have to look at his teeth to know he blocks shots and lays it all on the line. I think the best word to describe Phillips is solid. He is reliable, you know what you're going to get every shift, and is the kind of player every D-core needs. He didn't make our top 5, just because obviously he doesn't bring too much offensively, with 14 points in 63 games. But I really like this player. Josh Tetlow had a great year, and is one of the real young GB talents on the blue line. He is another defensive guy, standing at 6 feet, 5 inches and weighing nearly 230 pounds. This is a guy you hate to play against. His excellent season has given him the opportunity to play in the Mestis League in Finland for Roki next season. He doesn't quite make our top 5, but will be one of the premier GB defensemen for years to come. Joe Hazeldine was a real bright spark for Manchester this year. And I feel he took a real step. He is a well-rounded player and I am excited to see how he does next year. I would put Tetlow and Phillips ahead of him as it currently stands, but I am excited to see him continue his development. And I would be surprised if other teams try to get him. David Clements is another guy who just misses the top 5. I really like this player, a well-rounded, two-way guy. He makes up a really important part of a really good D-core on the Blaze this year. He has a lot of passionate fans, so Blaze fans, let me know in the comments below, should he make the top 5? So that's the honorable mentions, let's take a look at our top 5. At number 5 we have Dallas Ehrhardt. Usually I would have Ehrhardt higher in the list, as he has been one of the best defensemen in the league for years. However, I felt this season he had a drop off in his usual play, particularly defensively. Despite this, he still had a good year. 16 goals, 25 assists, for 41 points in 61 games is truly impressive. He is a leader on that team, and is a truly skilled blue liner. I love his game. He just slips down to 5th on this list because I felt he hadn't had the best season by his standards. This was reflected by Team GB, who didn't originally have him included in their lineup, later bring added with Luke Ferrara to cover. We have him at 5. At number 4 we have Sam Jones. This season he took a real step forward. He started out as possibly the number 7 defenseman on the Steelers. But as the season went along he became a regular top 6 and then regular top 4 D-man for the Steelers, which led him to signing with the Steelers for 2 more years. He is a two-way guy, he has offensive upside, with 3 goals, 17 assists for 20 points in 67 games. But is also very well-rounded defensively. I also love his character, even dropping the gloves with Kyle Haas in the playoffs as short as the encounter may have been. This is a guy I could see taking a huge step next year and becoming one of the best GB blue liners we have. At number 3 we have Mark Richardson. He has been one of the most steady defensemen in this league for years. And this season was no different. He is excellent defensively, often being paired with Matt Register to make up for any potential defensive gaps. He is one of those guys that just doesn't make mistakes, and reads the ice very well. We often call it having good hockey IQ. But with 5 goals, and 22 assists, for 27 points in 70 games. He is no slouch offensively. He brings great leadership qualities to that dressing room and on the ice. He leads the team in plus-minus with a +27. And with just 10 penalty minutes all year. He is a fantastic defenseman in this league and we have him at 3. At number 2 we have Josh Batch. We got a lot of comments on our top 5 defensemen video, calling for some recognition of Batch's season, and they were right. This guy had an incredible year. Known across the league as a tough, gritty, really sound defensive guy. And yet, he put up 8 goals, 25 points in 70 games across all competitions. He had a +24, and although we don't take that stat too seriously, it is impressive when you consider the context. This was a guy who is on the defensive pairing with Mark Louis. He got a lot of tough matchups and spent a lot of time in his own zone, often on the ice for defensive zone faceoffs. To have a +24 on a shutdown pair is something to note. He has been seriously impressive. He also took home the Cardiff Devils Defenseman of the Year award at their internal awards evening. He has had a great year and we have him at 2. If you have watched our top 5 defensemen of the season video, you know I really like Nathanael Halbert. He is an all-round guy. Very physical, big hits, tough to play against. A guy you hate to play. But he is also very skilled, and has a great shot. 9 goals and 36 points in 63 games. He is one of the best plus-minus stats on the Blaze. And he comes up big when he needs to, with an unbelievable goal in the playoffs. I really like this player and feel he had the best season of any GB Blue Liners. So that's our list. Did we get it right? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Please like and subscribe.